at the Laser Blast booth, and I want to find out what's new in tag with Laser Blast. I know what you got here, Mike.
Yeah, so we've got one of our Cyberblast Pro vests right here, and this we actually released this at Amusement Expo the last time, March 2020, but this is sort of like the real debut since everything that's happened the past 2 years, obviously. So there's some pretty cool new stuff. One of them is the touchscreen on the back of the phaser. So we've got a weapon selector. We try and keep it pretty simple and easy to use, because what we find is people don't want to stare down at a screen while they're playing laser tag. So there's some quick things like the instant shield button. You can see how much time is left, your score. But the really neat thing about it is the selfie camera. So before the game, you line up your camera, take your picture, and that'll show up on your opponent's phaser when you tag them. So when you tag your friends, he knows you got him.
Yeah.
Make a stupid face, a silly face, whatever. People are really loving that feature. So pretty much everything new that we've sold since the last Amusement Expo has been the Cyberblast Pro. One of the other neat things that comes with it is a dual laser. So when you hold this button, you get your aiming laser, more of a discrete one that doesn't use up any ammo. And when you pull the trigger, it fires a brighter, wider green laser. So you still get that awesome effect that the kids and your average player enjoys. One of the other cool new things we've got is the projector targets. So we've kind of got a projector set up here with a target inside. Basically, there's a number of different themes. It could be a zombie, a helicopter, a spaceship, a dragon, or we can make something custom based on your arena. And it shows up on a wall. We project a 10-foot video, and if the players don't hit it within a few seconds, it's going to start firing back at them and shut it down. So it's just another way to make the game more fun, even for small groups. As well as that, people have spent a lot of money building props, huge props, and there's a place for that, and those are great. This is just another way to add something a little more engaging.
Mike, I give this a try?
Your picture, take your selfie, and if you're happy with it, hit the thumbs up. It goes to the scoreboard, so now when you play in the game, that's going to show up on the scoreboard and on your opponent's phasers.
Very cool. Oh, that's fun.
Different, you can set them on harder difficulty levels so that it takes more hits and you have to dodge the fire in between. This is just set up on simple mode for the little kids, but you can turn up the difficulty. There is also a power-up mode with that, so that sort of like Call of Duty or Halo, when there's a special weapon that spawns in a corner, the first person to go up and find it gets that power-up in their phaser.
Very nice. Well, thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate seeing what's new in tag here.
Hello, my name is Peter Putkov. I am from Russia, and I introduce Exo laser tag system, which you can play in West Covina in our entertainment center, Laserland, Los Angeles. Please come and play, have fun, and write to us about your opinion about our equipment. It is very important for us to know the opinion of good players in the United States of America.
So, talking with Jeff Lilly from Laser Force, who asked the question of the day was, what is new in laser tag? So, what does Laser Force have that's new to tell me about?
So we made some updates to our Laser Force system. It's compatible with both Gen 8 and Gen 7. So what we did is, if you're familiar with our membership system, we have 6 levels, or we've had 6 levels of play. Where as you get promoted by playing more games, having a higher average, you earn new power-ups, and the game also gets a little harder. So it introduces a handicap, so you're not a plenty hunter, which is what they call high-level players that are picking on birthday party kids. Well, not everybody uses membership cards. There are high-volume sites that don't issue them. There's a lot of sites that don't have the membership program at all. So we've introduced something called Battlefield Promotions. And what that is as you're playing the game, dynamically for that mission, you can be promoted by doing really well, which is a way of introducing a handicap to protect the lower level players from it. So whether or not you have the card, you still get that ability.
That's a very nice feature.
So that's been very welcomed in centers where if you're putting through a lot of birthday parties, or you're a high traffic area like a tourist spot, and you're not going to issue membership cards, but you really do want to protect the younger or first time laser tag players now, and it's all seamless and automatic, so your staff doesn't have to do anything. And then you can also customize them as well. So if you're the kind of operator that likes to get underneath the hood and tweak the settings, you can do that to your heart's content.
Very nice. Anything else we should know about?
Yeah, well, so with Gen 8, thanks to our chess screen, we can introduce new avatars that you can select that'll show up on the chess screen when you are playing a game. They'll show up on the opponent's phaser when you deactivate them, and you can select those either from your phaser or from one of our member kiosks.
Very cool. All right, well, lots to do with Laser Force. It's great to hear about what's new. So thank you, Jeff. I'm joined by Shane Zimmerman, who's the Vice President of Sales for Delta Strike, and I'd love to hear about some of the new things going on with Delta Strike.
Awesome.
So tell me about.
Okay, so this is the equipment. We actually released this November of 2019. So terrible time to release new equipment right before they shut down. But we've really started to dial it in. We have about 25 of them in the market now. So that's been a really fun experience. Go over the equipment a little bit. So first thing you'll notice is the way that the vest goes on. Okay, so our previous generation of equipment, it went over your head like a poncho. This one here is now the jacket style setup, and then we've added in magnetic buckles. So it's really easy for the kids to get it on and off. With social distancing now, you don't want your staff to have to get up and the kids and help them buckle up. So it's nice and easy. We've done all new LED patterns on here. You'll see little details like we've hexed the plastics in here so you don't see the LED hotspots. Just little things to make the equipment look nice and clean. Get to the phaser side of it, we've added in the largest LCD screen on a phaser. It's great, gives you great in-game feedback, so you get messages, things like that as you go. Then on our Pro level system, we have, I don't know if the camera will pick this up here, so you have two different phaser options. So you have a phaser, which is a long, narrow beam, and then you can switch over to your blaster, which is like a shotgun. It's a wide angle beam. So
Love that.
So it gives the kids something to really customize their game experience. You know, in the video game, so much money is spent on character upgrades and customizations that allowing them to tailor the game experience is critical. So beyond the outside of the equipment, which I'm slightly biased, but we believe is the prettiest equipment out there. We have done a lot on the internals as well. So there's smart diagnostics on everything. Every light, every speaker, every sound, it's all being real-time talking about. Thanks, Bob. So we're monitoring everything in real time to give the operators that feedback. So if there is a fault, they can find it before the player does. Even a minor fault, that's our goal, is to find the fault before the player experiences. So really smart on the inside and the outside. Also has wireless charging. So as soon as you put it on here, you'll hear it actually connect to the charging rack through magnets, and you'll get the full wireless charging. We're also doing a lot of projection map targets now. So we'll have videos displayed in the arena that we can completely customize for them. And based upon what your theme is, we'll make a video for you. And players are literally able to shoot those videos and trigger additional effects. So if you have UFOs coming in, you can tag a UFO, watch it crash, the whole 9 yards. So driving a lot of that interactive theatrical style gameplay. Yeah, for sure. It's a lot more readily available now than what it was in 2019. So,
Well, people are ready to get out there and play.
You're not lying. It's good for business right now.
Well, thank you so much, Shane.
Awesome, appreciate it. Thank you.
So I have the joy of talking with Beth Stanley, who is the CEO and founder of Trainertainment, and they go all across the country and places showing people how to make their businesses effective. So tell me a little bit about what you do and how maybe you could give some tips to a laser tag operation.
Well, lovely to have you here. So nice to meet you and excited about what you do for the laser tag industry. We really primarily help companies in sales, service, and leadership. We do tons of business and sales coaching. And my top tip for laser tag is, listen, I was in the industry. I was in a sales department. We had laser tag bowling and games. That was our venue. And I can sell team building and company parties all day long. But this is the top tip. When I played laser tag, it made all the difference in my ability to share enthusiastically. Like, you got to add this attraction to your event. And so that would be my very top tip. There are so many great laser tag companies. Several of them are here today, and they all have kind of the latest and greatest. I think people have been able to be very innovative over 2020. If 2020 gave us good things, innovation is one of them. So I can't wait for you to find out what you see that they've done innovatively. From the sales side, play more than once, play with your team. It'll make all the difference in your ability to sell.
I so wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Beth. And Trainer Entertainment. Is definitely a place that's a great resource for people who want to make their business effective. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by.
So I'm here with Eric Guthrie from Zone Laser Tag, and we want to hear all of the latest. What is new in laser tag with Zone?
So we've not stopped during the COVID situation. We kept advancing our software programming. We created something called ZAP, Zone Area Protocol Systems, and it's a feature that allows players to maintain a distance of 6 feet or greater, and if they come within 6 feet of each other, the packs will actually give off a warning, or they can deactivate each player to teach them to make sure that they stay more than 6 feet away. Post-COVID, we're actually going to turn that into like a bumper car style game, where by just tapping into each other, you can gain points. So we've taken a feature that we created to help respond to COVID, to help our operators make more money, and then we now are turning it into game formats. So Zaps has been well received by the operators. It helped zone operators during the pandemic because zone operators could stay in business when they could explain to the health department they had a feature that promoted 6 feet. It allowed the zone operator to be able to book events because, of course, very worried moms or very worried churches would call. And by having zone operators having this unique patent pending feature that's only exclusive to Zone, they were able to stay profitable. And so we were very pleased about that particular feature. We also created another feature in reaction to an event that happened in Florida that had nothing to do with Zone, but we're trying to learn about everything in the industry. And so we've now introduced a feature on our phaser that plays a 30-second safety video. So all packs at the beginning of the game will actually play this 30-second video, and it'll say no running, no climbing, no physical contact, maintain control of the laser, follow the game marshal's suggestions.
So you can't say you didn't know.
Exactly. So it just totally wipes that out. And so that's a really cool feature that we introduced on a technology basis. We don't have them here, but we have these game stations. We've added games in games. So not only does the game station act as a base and shows the team score, it also has the ability to play 3 different mini games for the players so they can interact with the game stations and the opponent's game stations. So we're trying to create a new dynamic in the arena that sets us apart, different than every other laser tag company. And that's part of the reason I think why we've been able to sustain our title as the world's largest laser tag manufacturer and the world's oldest manufacturer. We're constantly adding more features.
Very cool. All right, and you've got the Helios 2 here, and we're going to be able to play that now that we're all getting out and about again. So thank you for sharing with me a little bit about what's new with Zone Laser Tag.
My pleasure.
Hey guys, my name's Nick Salfidi. I'm part of the crew here over at Creative Works. It's all about creating memorable experiences through our immersive attractions. One more in particular that stands out that we've been doing for years now is creating epic arenas. And that is our turnkey immersive arenas that we provide. It's more story-driven, more interactive these days than those neon green 1980s arenas, but now it's creating life-size props with a level of interactivity to it, whether it's life-size snakeheads, awesome helicopters crashing into a wall, additional props and like foggers and interactivity and DMX controlled effects. Tons of jam-packed items that we've now incorporated to have a better gamification approach to laser tag. So yeah, come check us out. Again, we're at the woweffect.com. Again, my name's Nick, and yeah, it's just one of the many pieces inside laser tag that has made it that much more fun for people to play.
So I'm Brian, I'm Director of Sales over at Battle Company. Of course, everyone knows us for our modern indoor-outdoor laser tag, but we're also kind of introducing our sword cage here. So A couple years ago, we put out a lightsaber video about laser tag swords that kind of work with the sword. So what we did was, after a while, people said, you got to make the swords, you got to make the swords. So we developed it here. So basically, you wear a belt. You can hear every time I'm swinging it, it hits the sword. It knows when it hits air. If I hit the table, it's going to clank, and you actually will attack the other person. So it's a 1v1 sword fighting game. It goes by strikes and rounds. It's the only one of its kind. It's a super unique entertainment attraction, 120 square feet. So we kind of took our laser tag technology. We're always trying to innovate. So we're the first ones to do a laser tag kind of sword fighting game 1v1. So it's an amazing attraction, 1v1, only one of its kind. So we always say there's people that are good at it, there's people that are bad at it, but in the end, no one's ever done it before, and you always leave surprised and really happy that they did it. So those are our swords. Ready? You got him, you got him. You got him. So you are the winner.
Well, this is awesome. So, were you inspired by Sheldon Cooper, or did it go the other way around?
That Bob Cooney.
Because I am loving RoboBob.
Hey, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. I knew I'd run into you.
Well, later on, we're going to play some virtual laser tag with RoboBob. So, Bob, you hang out with your fans, and we'll play some virtual laser tag later. You got it.
My name is Aaron Geizon. I'm one of the co-curators for the Laser Tag Museum. The Laser Tag Museum is funded by the Laser Tag Convention, which we are attending at the moment. So more people they come and get a chance to attend the show. Actually, it goes to directly benefits us getting new acquisitions from all around the world, as well as obtaining different literature, different props, and things like that that the laser tag manufacturers have stored in their basements and collections. All they've totally forgotten about, but they will eventually send to us. But the museum is definitely one of the, I think, great things about the industry in itself, because it really details the history of the museum. It details the people that help make it really what it is, and all their ideas and things. A lot of stuff didn't even come to fruition, but a lot of the stuff that they had saved away and stored, they've donated to the museum. And because of people attending things like the convention, it's actually managed to help us to obtain a lot of those artifacts that otherwise would have been forgotten about. So it's it's a great snapshot of the industry. It's a great way to showcase the history, and being in Louisville, Kentucky, free of admission, people can come by and see it, so they get a chance to take pictures with it. And we're constantly rotating things in and out, stuff that we've got in our collection that are being stored away in other places that we just are able to kind of go in and swap things out every few months, and just make it more appealing and more exciting for people to come in and check out and just see things that many people have never seen or heard of before. We brought 4 packs with us. First one's going to be this Star Trooper vest with the phaser there. It's definitely seen better days, but it is one of the first Star Trooper packs that they released. So you kind of see how the very, I would say, Qzar and kind of Lasertron sort of inspired with the square plastics and such. The phaser is completely metal. It is very, very heavy. Also has seen better days. So there was that one. Then we also brought a pack that was actually signed
by the cast of Spin City. This is a QSR pack that was used in the filming of a particular episode where they had laser tag. So Michael J. Fox is signed right here on the front, and just a host of other people that all took place on the show. And so we brought that. The gentleman who actually donated the pack, this is actually his jacket as well. His name was Joe, and this is his name on the jacket there. We also brought 2 posters for National Laser Tag this year, or National Laser Tag Day this year, which showcase a lot of different packs, all kind of coming together, just sort of post-COVID, showing that the industry is still doing well, and we're all dedicated to making it even better post-COVID. So, another pack we have here is a Q2000 pack. This is a prototype pack as well. It's got the yellow vest, which I'm not sure if they do a lot of yellow, but we've had this one for quite a few years, and it's kind of like a BMX kind of suit. So this is kind of a really nice pack to put in with all the QSR stuff that we have on display. Someone donated a QSR hat, which is nice. So. And then we have a Delta Strike pack here. This is actually one of their probably newer vests versus a lot of times we tend to put the older packs, the first generation, that type of thing on display. This is actually one of the newer vests. They don't use this particular style anymore, or at least they don't sell it anymore, but so we have kind of a good mix of just really old laser tag action with the 80s, 90s, and probably a little more current with the Delta Strike pack. So yeah, we just try to kind of bring packs that display all the history just throughout the decades that laser tag has been popular. So this is what we brought with us this year. So yeah, so if you guys want to check out the museum, you can always go to lasertagmuseum.com, and you can see all the different things that we have posted there, as well as stories, history, meeting the people that created the industry, and yeah, and every time we get new acquisitions, we'll post those on there as well. So always check back to see what else we're getting our hands on.